Members of the queer community have gathered for the annual Mahikeng Pride March in the Northwest. The march is aimed at promoting humanity while strengthening the voice of the group. Our reporter Refiloe Seboko is following that Pride event and joins us live. Refiloe, great to catch up with you this afternoon. Just give us insights into what's transpired today and obviously the purpose of today's events.
We just came back from a march, Hugo, as members of the LGBTQ community are marching against, amongst others, their human rights being violated, discrimination. Those are some of the challenges that they have. But allow me to welcome Millicent. She will tell us more about the challenges, particularly Millicent, when it comes to issues of accessing healthcare facilities.
Mostly for trans people. It's very difficult in our Northwest province to get access for HRTs and many things for trans people. So our rural trans people, they have difficulties to go to facilities because of they've been discriminated and stigmatized, and some they become secondary. They're being secondary violated. So now, yeah, in our province we have a lot to do, and I think we need to be unmuted as trans people. We need to be heard. We need to be supported. We don't need to be puppets of programs. We don't need people to make programs for us without us being part of. Yeah.
As this much is happening during Human Rights Month and also seeing the bill that is being passed in Uganda, what's your take on that?
It's very hard. It's hurting. What's happening in Uganda is inhuman for me, and I don't wish for anybody to deal with a bill like that. And so in these years, in these times, so homosexual people are treated like that, and a very big country like Uganda now. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time, Millicent. Hugo, we also know that there are human rights organizations that are part of this march. Let me welcome one of the representatives of Irati to tell us more about what Irati does. Thank you so much and welcome to Newzroom Afrika. Give us a sense of the organization. What does it really do?
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me. My name is Crystal. I'm the Intersex Rights Programs Officer at Iranti. Iranti is a human rights organization based in Johannesburg. However, we work nationally, regionally, and globally. We work on promoting the rights of LGBTQ, trans and intersex people. The work that we do is for trans people to access healthcare, affirming healthcare, to access legal gender recognition, and we're also fighting for intersex people to end intersex genital mutilation, which is harmful practices on intersex bodies. And for LGBTQ women, we are just fighting for women to exist. You know, we still live in a country where women are not safe. We see the femicide. We see corrective rape amongst our LGBTQ women. We see that women is not safe in South Africa. So as an organization, we want to advance the rights for all people, right? Because all people deserve human dignity and all people need to feel safe in their nation. However, with our great constitution, with our laws, intersex people, trans people, LGBTQI+ people are not safe in South Africa as well as globally.
And mentioning as well as globally, also mentioning that you are advocating for rights, for human rights in particular. Maybe your take as Iranti in terms of the bill that has been passed in Uganda.
Yeah, it's really difficult, even being here in this space where we have freedom, you know, to celebrate who we are as humans. Currently, I'm wearing my Uganda country band in solidarity with them because currently their rights are being impeded on, right? Not only their human rights, but their human rights just to exist as people. Currently, queer people in Uganda are in hiding because they are not safe, right? This bill has passed in government. It's not been signed off by the president, but yet there's been this uproar in society where there's mob justice happening. There's people threatening to expose LGBTQI people. There's people blackmailing them. There's now landlords wanting to kick people, you know, out of their homes because of fear of going to jail. I think it's very harsh and it's inhumane, and something like this should not be happening, right? We should not be covered by colonial laws and call the LGBT LGBTQ+ community as un-African. We've always existed. We are existing now. We are Africans. Being queer is African. And as an organization, we ensure that we continue to fight for the rights for everybody to exist, not just in equality, but in equity, where we all receive the same treatment and we all receive what we deserve.
Thank you so much for your time, Hugo. I don't know if I still have more time to go back to Millicent. You had touched on something that you said that you want your voice to be heard. You want, this is why you have at the back of your T-shirt, unmute me. Do you think this much, because it's the 6th edition now, do you think initiatives like this are making your voices to be heard?
Yes, LGBTI sector, our voices are being heard because of now we have programs, organizations like Iranti, they're running affirming programs. Now we have, I also did my gender affirming ID. So now, yeah, because of biggie things are happening. Biggie things are happening. People are, our government are hearing our voices. It's especially transgender people living with HIV. I think our government, they took out our human rights as a trans people living with HIV. We've been unmuted as trans people for a very long time. So now, yeah, things are just happening in our country.
Thank you so much for your time. Let's leave it there for now, Hugo. The official program, there will be some presentations and dialogue that will be happening inside. That program has already started.
Refiloe Seboko, appreciate your time coming to us from the Northwest.